Hey, what is up, guys? Good morning. Rules for Rebels. Figured I'd do a quick story time with you guys before I head into the office. So, the story we got today is how a would-be successful business or an e-commerce store wound up failing all because of poor planning. Now, this was a dropshipping store. I do this to kind of highlight some of the problems with dropshipping. I'm not telling you guys not to dropship, but be aware of these things and put plans in action in advance so that you don't wind up running into this problem. So, a lot of you guys shoot me emails. If you do shoot me an email, I'll never share your product or the name of your store or whatever unless you give me the okay to. But I was chatting with somebody. We went back and forth a few times. They were telling me about this store they set up, which started off really successfully and then wound up running into a bunch of problems. So I just figured I'd kind of share this story with you. So I think it's Kodak Black, I think is what it was. He had a kind of a weird spelling on his YouTube name. But he basically said the entrepreneur in him had always wanted to set up a dropshipping store. So he watched my 72-hour Shopify challenge guide and decided to open up a Shopify store. So he finds a product, uploads his product, and winds up running Instagram ads, which I haven't had a ton of experience running Instagram ads. I've run a few, didn't really get stellar results, but the first day that his Instagram ad started running, he had 3 sales, right? So not too bad. I'm not going to say the product that he sells, but it's a product that you can get for $2 to $3, and he was selling for I think $15 to $20. So pretty good margins there, even for drop shipping. Within the next few days, he had 93 sales come in. So awesome, right? 93 sales in just a couple days. And he said he didn't tell me exactly what he spent, but he said it was like under $50 on Instagram ads. He's drop shipping from AliExpress. The seller that he's drop shipping from offered ePacket shipping, as a lot of drop shippers do, right? And that's a shipping method that you want if you're trying to drop ship. Ideally, you'd have DHL or something, but it's typically not cost effective. So ePacket is better than China Post. It's going to get there a little bit quicker. You're looking at 2 to 3 weeks instead of like 30 to 45 days. So I guess he paid $2 extra for the ePacket. However, he wasn't really tracking how, if I were drop shipping, I'd be tracking and making sure, okay, this guy ordered on the 5th. It's the 15th. Has he gotten his product yet? Do we at least have tracking, etc.? All of a sudden, the emails start flooding in. Where's my order? Where's my order? Where's my order? So he winds up going into AliExpress finally to check all the tracking numbers because customers aren't receiving their packages. And lo and behold, not a single one of these packages was sent out using ePacket. All of them were sent out China Post. So he contacts the seller and gets the response of, sorry, we cannot send you product via ePacket. Why are you offering it on your listing if you can't? But this goes to highlight the importance of placing an order yourself. I realize everybody wants to get started today, but if you don't place an order yourself and you don't actually receive the item, you don't know how long it's going to take to show up. You don't know what the item's going to look like when it arrives. And one other thing, in the past, a lot of you guys have asked me, do sellers include any packing slips or anything? To date, and I've ordered a lot of stuff off AliExpress, to date, I've never gotten a packing slip, an invoice, a receipt, anything like that. However, the other day, I did get this in one of my packages. It basically, positive feedback gift. Light up every star. Show us your feedback. Contact Jinmei Ma, Chinese phone number, qjtrading@outlook.com, qjoutdoor.com. Leave us 5-star feedback. We'll give you $2 off your next order. So if you're trying to dropship to people and they're getting this thing from this Chinese supplier, they may be a little bit confused and or annoyed. But it's just enough, only one time have I ever gotten this. But if I were dropshipping, I would place an order myself first and make sure something like this wasn't going to come in a packet. If something like this did come in, I would contact the seller and say, hey, either A, can you leave this out of the package, or I would go find a new seller. So yeah, the seller says he can't ship via ePacket. Shipping time has now increased to a maximum of 45 days. He's about as frustrated as his customers. Starts replying to the emails, getting so many emails of pissed off people that he eventually has to create an email template to basically, because everybody's asking about the same thing, where's my package? So he didn't tell me exactly what his script was, like, hey, I'm shipping this stuff from China, or sorry, we're in backward. I didn't get the story of what his thing was, but winds up having to shut down his Instagram account because he's getting so many hate comments, kind of bashing the company on the profile. For some specific customers who were really upset, he actually bit the bullet and went to Amazon.com and ordered probably 4 times, definitely at a loss, but ordered a product for more expensive than he was selling it for and had it express shipped to him overnight. Are they happy? They're probably happy they finally got their thing, but they're still not going to walk away from the transaction with a good taste in their mouth. He basically said he decided to reach out and have me share this story because it was a valuable lesson. His key takeaway from this is dropshipping is not for me. He's gone on to place an order for actual inventory. Buy your product and test your product before you start shipping to customers. So it's a really good example, guys. I'm going to show you one other thing too. I bought something the other day, and I'll show you. I might have shown this in a video. This is basically a bedside holster. It tucks into your bed. It holds your gun, an extra magazine, and a flashlight on the side. Not quite what it looked like in the picture. So if I were shipping that to buyers, some buyers may be upset. So what I would want to do is order that product personally, take pictures of it, take my own pictures, accurately describe it, and then throw it back up on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, whatever it may be. But a couple of valuable lessons learned here, guys. I'm not saying not to dropship. It's not my preferred method of doing business, but I'm not saying not to do it. If you are going to do it, though, at least take the effort to maybe try out a couple different suppliers, see who has the best quality product, see who's shipping the fastest, see what the package is actually going to look like when it arrives. So I think by putting a little bit more planning into the setup of your dropshipping store as opposed to just getting excited and saying, I want to start rolling today, I don't want to wait 3 weeks for a sample to arrive or whatever else, you could shoot yourself in the foot. 'Cause, this guy had a potentially really good business. He found a way to run an Instagram ad, spend under $50 and get, I forget what I said, it was 89 or 93 sales or whatever it was. Had he been holding inventory, this could have started off as a very successful business. Instead, he has a bunch of pissed off customers and nobody's ever going to order from him again. So just thought that was kind of a good lesson there. One other thing I wanted to quickly touch on is when should you order inventory and when should you drop ship? Now, there are some circumstances when I can understand drop shipping. If this product costs $20 a piece and he needs to order 100 units or would like to order 100 units, that's $2,000 right there, right? That's kind of a lot of risk at the outset, not knowing how it's going to go. However, on a $2 product, which I think it was $2 and some change, he could have ordered 100 pieces of inventory. It's only going to cost him $200. Worst case scenario, if he doesn't sell a single unit, he's out $200. Although at the margins he was selling at, he really only had to sell probably, 20 of the 100 units, and he would have had his money back probably plus some profit. So if you're having to risk $2,000 to try out this business, okay, fine, do your drop shipping. If all you have to risk to get this business off the ground is $200 and you're in control of the shipping, your customers are going to get stuff faster, take the risk, spend the $200 because, again, from this story here, what could have been a successful business winds up being a very unsuccessful business. So that's the story of the day, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Share it, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And if you've had any similar experiences, if you have any tips for other drop shippers, drop it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.